saying God is the universe, well, actually, God created the universe. God isn't the universe. I mean, in a literal sense. So it bothers me to call him the universe because I appreciate my relationship with him, and it means so much more to me than just referring to him abstractly like that. Especially with the experience that I had, experiences that I had growing up, and the difficulties that I had. Went through a lot of trials, and I was even to the point of being suicidal. I was so depressed and hopeless and lost, and then the missionaries came into my life and introduced me to my Savior and to the atonement. And so that's not something that I can ever take lightly. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Sometimes it's a difficult balancing act. Because you want to reach as many people as possible, so you don't want to make it too one-sided, but I also get to be true to my beliefs and standards regardless. So and I feel like it's saying, I feel more comfortable saying creator than I do saying universe. Trust in the universe. Because he is our creator. Interesting is that it got better for me. I was suicidal when I was a teenager. I felt lost and hopeless, and it got better for me in a different way. I guess we just all have, our own, well, I know we all have our own path. We make our own choices. But when I was a teenager and I was feeling suicidal and lost and hopeless, if I could have seen into the future to where I am now, and the life that I have, the blessings that I have, the hope that I have, the things that we were talking about earlier in the show, then, I would realize that it's not worth it. That all those experiences. Yeah, I've been so blessed. That's the thing. We have never been worse off financially than we've been since we moved to Missouri, but we've also never been as blessed, and that's the truth. Our families never thrived the way that they have here, so it's a trade-off, and it's well worth it. When I was younger, I was in a race, and I was one of the youngest ones, and obviously not one of the fastest, because I was at the very end, and everyone had already crossed the finish line. And it's one of the times that I really remember my dad being proud of me and expressing that to me, because even though everyone else had already crossed the finish line, right towards the end I just really kicked it in and went as fast as I could to get to the finish line instead of giving up. And afterwards my dad told me that he was really proud of me for doing that, for not giving up, for giving it all that I had all the way to the end, even though I was the last one. And I never forgot that. Yeah. And I always had a difficult time connecting with my dad, so that stands out in my mind, because he wasn't one to express his feelings very often. Be compared to that Canty Greg, similar to our loved ones who went before us and to our Savior. Yeah. Someone that knows what we have inside of us and won't settle for anything less.